Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Punter Mitch Wishnowsky ready to do the honors. And off we go in Santa Clara. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. And a poor choice this time to bring it out. They contain him well shy of the 30. In fact, he's out shy of the 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stafford to the air to start us off. His pass caught by Nakua. To the house, touchdown LA! The Rams take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Now, I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts at the 9. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets him around 6 there. Jack Jones making that tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. His first throw is an interception. Jack Jones has got it. And the Rams are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. First carry now for Kyron Williams. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing is Stafford on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Rams are set to punt. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun is Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Across midfield at the 45. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. From the 24. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel. 3rd down. getting out to his left. And the defender comes away with it. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
On first down, here's Stafford. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
Stafford to throw again on second. Able to find Nakua here. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Stafford now on first down. He's got the hook up to Davante Adams. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Davante Adams, the touchdown. Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams double their lead to 14. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Go.
Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Ready. Check out.
Throwing from the gun. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jack Jones has got it. And the Rams get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Zebra.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He's got it inside the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
No look on his first look of the game, and that brings up 3rd and goal.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Throwing now, Stafford. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. Slide's kick is up and good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Complete to Pearsall. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. On the move, headed right. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
third and long for him here. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at fourth and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fielded at the 11. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Looking right, throwing deep. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
One last play before the break. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him.
Ready up.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down, they go back to McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They stick with McCaffrey. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation, and he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Rams will take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. Diving right side, got it! They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Rams first down.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They go play action on first. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And now they face second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Back to the air we go on second. Stafford. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here he is on third and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Purdy throwing here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Purdy to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Rams take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Here's Williams to start the drive. He breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jason Kinnock there on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Stafford from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
21. Set.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
They've got first down from the 31.
Ready. Hut.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This one's caught. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
19. Here we go. Shot. Ready.
McCaffrey trying to punch it in. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
3rd and goal, Purdy. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. George Kittle, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
50-50. Set. Zero.
3rd and long now for Stafford. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Got 1st down from the 31.
Tracking 60. Ready?
From the gun is Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing. And that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks, well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign, well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Come on. Set.
Trying again following the sack. Brought in by Ayuk. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down throw by Purdy. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Rams have it now on his 8th pick of the year. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
It's a gain of 4. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Fred Warner.